Habits are one of the key determinants of what someone is able to achieve over a period of time. Eric Thomas once says, just tell him your daily schedule and he can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years, 20 years time. This is based on the fact that human beings are creatures of habits. We live our daily lives based on habits. There's one quote that says, do not live 1 year 76 times and call it a life. Basically talking about the fact that sometimes we are caught up in the same habits that keep helping us, preventing us from growing. And we do this for a very long time that it becomes a routine. We live it the same way for years and we eventually expire, and that's the end of it. In this video, I'm going to share 5 key habits that I've found to be very helpful in becoming a more productive person and doing things that you actually want to do. Thank you for staying tuned, and if you are new to this channel, you are welcome. If you are old to this channel too, you are still welcome. I'm grateful for having you. My name is Enoch, and my channel here, I do personal development strategies, tips, and anything in between. So yeah, if this is what concerns you or you're interested in personal development, do subscribe for more videos like this. First habit I want to talk about is that you should actually consider what you are learning. Not just considering what you are learning, you should make a conscious effort to learn. You should commit yourself to lifelong learning and continuous improvement. This is because instead of having your life on a straight line where there's virtually no improvement, each year is the same as the other, you should be looking for a line that is moving upwards. So each year is different from the other. And you are constantly improving, you are constantly developing yourself, you are opening up yourself to new opportunities, new experiences, new things that basically help you to improve and to grow and to experience life on a higher level. So one thing I found is that personal development changes you forever. Once you commit yourself to if it's reading books, if you like to read, if it's watching videos, if you like to watch videos, if it's listening to audiobooks, reading journals, anything that fits in between, podcasts, everything that fits in between, whatever your thing is and whatever you do, just make sure that you commit yourself to personal development and continuous improvement. For instance, you can decide to read a page a day, read a chapter a day, watch one self-development video a day, listen to a particular podcast each and every day. These are little things, little habits that you can start doing right now, which will help you to grow in the long term. So next time you think about watching a movie just for fun, think twice and flip to something that will help you to self-develop and self-improve. I want to talk about is actually very important, and after I tried it, it really changed my day, and I've been trying to keep it up. Yeah, so it has to do with waking up early. Waking up early has actually been considered as a keystone habit. Scientists call it a keystone habit, and keystone habits are habits that once you get them done in the day, everything else falls in place. So for instance, you want to have a great day, you want to be able to do productive stuff, what you love, and continue to grow yourself. And waking up early actually sets the tone for the day, because being able to exercise that discipline to wake up in the first place early, probably 5 a.m., 6 a.m., sets the tone. By disciplining yourself to wake up, meaning that okay, the rest of the day you are going to be disciplined. For instance, you are going to get stuff done because you've already put yourself in the mood by waking up early. So it makes it easy for the rest of the habits to fall in place. And I read this book, 5 a.m. Club, which really helped me to set up my morning routine. It actually helps you to time yourself, or sort of give yourself a routine starting from when you wake up and whatever you do in between. it makes it easy to not wake up and be thinking about what next. Immediately you wake up, you know what's next, and you keep moving on to the day is done, and you've been very productive in the day. So waking up early is very important, and following up on waking up early is sleeping early. So you have to sleep early so you're able to wake up early. So early to bed, early to rise, you know the rest. So next time you think about a habit you should develop, this is something you can actually start doing. You can read a book 5 a.m. club, and you'll be blessed to do so. I want to talk about has to do with gratification and the desire to get what you want right now. Everyone wants everything they want right now, but the world is simply not like that. You can't get what you want right now, which means you have to develop that kind of discipline to be able to delay what you want right now, to be able to do the right things, to be able to also get it in the future. Now, this is summed up in the term delayed gratification. So you must be willing to delay your gratification right now to be able to obtain what you want to get. Sometimes people pursue gratification right now instead of delayed gratification, and they end up into Ponzi schemes, scams, and a whole lot of things because they are looking for quick ways and means to achieve whatever they want to achieve. And it's sometimes sad to see people end up in these situations. But the habits you have to develop around this particular problem is the habit of delayed gratification. You have to learn that lasting things take time to get. If you want to consider people who have gone on and done great things, they didn't achieve it, or they didn't get their achievement in a day or two. It took them a considerable time, a considerable amount of effort, mental dedication, and everything that comes in between to be able to reach those heights. So sometimes you have to think about it in this way. This person has done this to get there. For me to be able to get there, what do I have to do? That way you can start to think of what you have to do and how long it will take you to get there, instead of wanting everything right now, because what comes quickly goes quickly. Fourth habit I want to talk about actually has to do with the mind. Now, the mind is a very funny thing. Usually, I consider the mind a very funny thing. And what you tell yourself is actually what your mind replays to you in different ways. If you tell yourself that, okay, this solution or this problem has no solution, you are going to continuously face challenges when you are trying to solve it. But if you tell yourself that, okay, this problem can actually be solved, I just need to find a solution to it. That way your mind has been open. Your mind has concluded that, okay, this problem can be solved. It's just left with finding it. If you don't find it, then it's not the end. And if it's the end, then you found a solution. So one thing I found is that thinking in terms of problems and solutions help you to become a better person, instead of focusing on just the problems, because society is full of people who complain, talk about problems. Okay, the government is not doing this, I can't do this and this is happening. And if you want to look at many successful people, business owners, entrepreneurs, they've created their empires through problems that people complain about, or personally they've experienced such problems. If you consider Uber, he traveled and he was looking for a taxi, he couldn't get one, and he decided to create a solution to the problem. So instead of always trying to be someone who complains and talks about problems all day, try to think about solutions, try to think about ways and means you can do things for yourself, solve these societal problems, because we need more people like you, more people who think in this manner, so that we can go together, we can solve our problems collectively and make the world a better place. The fifth point, the last point, but certainly not the least, has to do with the fact that you have to consider multiple streams of income. In this our time, it's not a safe bet to depend on one particular source of your income. You should be looking at different ways and means of earning money, because from what the coronavirus has come to do and other things previously, you'd realize that it's not a safe thing to depend on just one source, because anything could happen in a few minutes, in a few seconds, and just a few months, and what you've been building for years, even decades, can just get destroyed. Businesses have had to fold up, people have lost their jobs, people are changing careers, a whole lot of disruption is going on, that it will be much better if you develop different streams, so that once a few of them get hit, at least you can go to the other ones or the other streams of income for as your safe haven. So it's just a tip. I'm not an expert in this regard, but I think it's important I let you know that the habit of developing different, even if it's small, it will help, because in situations like this, you're not thinking about big, you're thinking about survival today, you're thinking about tomorrow, you're not thinking about 10 years, you're not thinking about that big car you want to buy, you're just thinking about surviving. And these small income streams, when you put them together, you realize that you actually have a substantive or substantial amount of income that will keep you going. So these are my top 5 tips. They are definitely not all of them, that's all the habits that you need to be able to do well, but they will give you the framework to be able to work on other habits, especially with waking up early. After doing that, it helps to stack up the rest, and eventually once you're able to build these, averagely science says it takes 90 days to be able to lock in habits, which means for each of these habits you have to do them for roughly 3 months before they become second nature to you. So before you start and say, okay, this thing doesn't work, before you do that, do it for at least 90 days, at most 120 days. That's when it will become second nature for you. So I hope it's been informative, it's been helpful, and you can let me know your favorite points or any questions you might have. And thanks for watching. If you are new here, please subscribe and do let me know. Until the next video, stay safe.